Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week. And I am putting out daily top stories, which has helped the channel tremendously. So thank you guys for all the support across new tech, as well as here on YouTube, as well as community posts from time to time, as well as shorts. It's all there. Right there, nearly daily. But I do want to thank all you guys for your continued support.
We start things off from the conservative brief. You guys are going to have to let me know down in the comments if you think that Donald Trump could possibly get a fair trial in New York. But not only that, imagine the juror selection. Imagine being a juror in this, knowing how divisive, how explosive this is, and the consequences and ramifications are of a decision that you can make, knowing the establishment is watching you, knowing the media is watching you, knowing all the activist groups out there are watching you. And now we have a situation where the judge is having to step in and tell the media that, hey, use some common sense here and stop revealing information about the jurors. But that's the problem. I don't see Donald Trump being able to get a fair trial in New York because these jurors are going to be under intense scrutiny. Imagine, because just like now, right? The establishment uniparties out there, activists are out there. They're all out there trying to manipulate this whole situation. This is the whole reason that Trump is there, as we talk about here on the BuzWeaver channel. It's not about justice. It's not about the rule of law. It's about getting Trump's name out there in the headlines to produce as much negativity about him as possible. Now, imagine being a juror knowing all that in your mind. Judge Juan Merchan, who is overseeing the hush money trial of former president and likely Republican potential nominee Donald Trump in New York City, chastised the media on Thursday for disclosing personally identifiable information about the jury. Personally identifiable information. Okay, all right, that's what it says. This week, Merchan and the parties are putting in a lot of effort to put together a fair jury. That's a tall order. Following proceedings on Monday and Tuesday, 7 jurors out of 18 were chosen. However, early on Thursday morning, one of the 7 was removed due to concerns about fairness. As we said, it's going to be so difficult. According to MSNBC contributor Adam Classfield, Merchan spoke with the media directly following the expulsion of that juror. He told them that disclosing too much personal information about the jurors defeats the purpose of their anonymity, which is meant to shield them from outside pressures and ensure their safety. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, can you begin to imagine how that's even possible in such a divisive time, in such a time where individuals are on the internet? These activists spend their entire day on the internet looking up information. Not only that, but their connections within the establishment, right? I mean, we've heard about what's happened to Laura Lomer. We've heard about what happened to many individuals where these activists contact companies and businesses and industries, and they say, hey, did you know that there's this individual here and this individual there who does this, that, and the other, and gets their accounts suspended, gets them fired from their jobs. So imagine being a juror again. Imagine knowing all that and being a juror on this trial. Absolutely extraordinary. And, of course, here from the New York Times, archived, of course, because it's behind a paywall. After reports about Trump jurors, judge demands restraint from the press. So, the press is just an extension of the Democrat Party and activists themselves, as we just mentioned here. The judge in former President Donald Trump's criminal trial, obviously, basically what we just read there. But this was also interesting here, too, from the New York Post. 2 jurors booted from Trump trial, including New York City nurse who said she couldn't be unbiased, man accused of lying about criminal past. Now, that's the other thing, too, is the celebrity of this all, is the attention. And some of these people may not be totally honest as well. So not only would I be concerned about being on there, then there are those the approval seekers, the self-aggrandizers, looking for that attention. So there's that that to factor in as well. 2 of the jurors seated in Donald Trump's hush money criminal trial earlier this week were dismissed Thursday, including a Manhattan nurse who said she couldn't be fair and unbiased. Well, you're having to deal with that too. The former president was back in Manhattan Supreme Court after a break Wednesday as Justice Juan Merchan informed his lawyers and prosecutors that the woman seated on juror number 2 raised a question about her ability to serve. Yesterday alone, I had friends, colleagues, and family push things to my phone, questioning my identity as juror. I don't think at this point I can be fair and unbiased, the Upper East Side woman and oncology nurse at Memorial Sloan Kettering told the court. So, like we've said, it's going to be so difficult to find a fair and impartial jury for Donald Trump. And, of course, we know that even the charges are ridiculous. These are all trumped up by Bragg, raising some of these. I mean, because some, like they're saying, falsifying documents and so forth. These are all misdemeanors. And he was trying to suggest that the hush money or payments to Cohen, which were directly to Cohen as a fixer to do things, also involved campaign finance violations, which is absurd because the feds aren't pursuing Donald Trump for that. So this is all like very similar to the fraud case where they were suggesting that Donald Trump was in fraud when he was simply outlining his assets in the best light possible, the way all real estate business is done, and they're suggesting in a victimless crime that Donald Trump was engaged in fraud there. So it's absolutely extraordinary, absolutely crazy. You guys are going to have to let me know down in the comments. We mentioned how it was going to be a very wild 2024, and here we are. I would welcome your opinions down in the comments about whether or not you could be fair. When was the last time you were on jury duty? Have you had jury duty recently, or have you never been picked? Because, man, I can tell you, it's a whole other ball game. But nonetheless, guys, that's what I had for you this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. Below the video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to, so I would encourage you guys to follow me there. If you have Prime or order frequently from Amazon, I have my available links down below. It does help out the channel. As well, if you're interested in a VPN, Trust Zone is my favorite. You guys can check that out. It does help out the channel as well. But guys, across New Tech, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, thank you so much for your guys' continued support, as well as everyone here on YouTube. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. It all helps out the channel, and we're doing quite well in 2024, despite the fact that there's a lot of craziness to cover. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much. And appearing there on the screen, that will be the channel icon. You guys can click on to subscribe, as well as to select notification. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys behind the Galaxy phone camera next week.